Wow, America, we really did it this time. And you know it's good when the media is losing their And now, as if on cue, they ask, how do we explain this election to our children? So children, let me help. Do you know what this is like? It's like going to bed Christmas Eve, hoping for a bicycle, and waking up to this. It's like asking mommy and daddy for a puppy, and they give you this. And teenage boys, imagine fearing the worst first blind date ever, but getting this. This is nothing short of amazing. It's like going to bed looking like this and waking up looking like this. What I'm saying, America's children, it's not bad. It's actually okay. Now, I know some folks are freaking out. Here's a picture of the White House staff. It's like they're watching me undress. I know that feeling. But liberals, you're going to be fine. Mr. Trump is less hawkish than Hillary and pretty liberal on social issues. Yeah, he wants to say Islamic terror. So what? That's normal. Imagine what you could have had instead.
Sam I am. That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I am. Do you like green eggs and ham? I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Compared to Cruz, Mr. Trump is this.
I really... Okay, watch it. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
Positively adorable. And be honest, you liberals pulled this same crap with Ronald Reagan in 1980. You acted like it was the end of the world, but everything turned out fine, right? The 80s. And let's be honest, we all have more in common with Mr. Trump than we admit. We're profane, we're impulsive, we tweet pictures of taco salads. Really, we just elected us, except us with odd hair and now an army. So who do we owe Trump's win to?
It's the Trump Award.
We spare no expense. First award goes to the media, who gave endless airtime to Mr. Trump. He was on TV more often than a catheter ad. And now the media, of course, is focusing on the post-election fears. And where are these fears coming from? The media. Remember how they fretted over violence by Trump fans in case he lost, despite decades of the left pulling that same crap? And who's rioting now exactly? Shut up. Next, activists who demonized the country so much it blew up in their faces. Subversion is their Soros-sponsored occupation because they have no other. The great thing about activists, all that free time. It's not like they have to get up early the next morning to replace grandma's hip. No, their only pressing engagement is defecation. Next, college kids. All you safe spacers who are crying right now, imagine how we must feel. You're our future. Just some of them. The campus is just a glorified daycare center. Fourth award, Hillary's Hollywood groupies. Lena Dunham, Cher, Lady Gaga, who validated Trump's win through their arrogant, misguided mockery of the average American. Katy Perry just called for revolution, knowing the riots will never reach her beach house. If anyone elected Trump, it was those. So, do you notice a unifying theme here? Crying students, weepy newscasters, grieving celebrities. What do they all have in common? The last 4 decades of me, which replaced the previous decades of we. No wonder the concept of unity is so confusing. They don't get it. The last award, to me. I may have been critical of Mr. Trump, but for a reason, to up his game. Thank you. For like an Irishman on the beach, I was always fair. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so tough, he moisturizes with motor oil. Newly retired U.S. Army Special Forces member Terry Shepard. He's so sharp, you could use him to knit a sweater. You know him as Spaceman from the A-Team, the legendary actor Dirk Benedict. He's never uttered the phrase, the more the merrier. The never delightful National Review reporter Kat Tim. Boo! And finally, he's so big he picks his teeth with the Washington Monument. TNA wrestler Tyrus. All right. Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with. Let's get it over with. Who wants to gloat first, Terry? You were right all along, weren't you?
First of all, I'm not gloating, but I will take a little bit of credit that a month ago I called it on your show. I said he was going to win. Listen, when they nominated Donald Trump, it stopped being, you know, I wanted a Cuban guy, because who doesn't want a Cuban guy, because they're really good dancers.
Okay.
So I wanted, but once Trump was nominated, what? So once Trump was nominated, it stopped being about what Terry wanted, and it's stopping Hillary. And so, and the thing is too, they always got it wrong, because I felt it. I live in that America that that voted for Donald Trump. I live in North Carolina. I train with guys. I work with guys, and I never saw no Hillary signs. Everybody knew it was about Trump. This was an absolute refutation of being. You can only poke the bear so many times before the bear goes and gets rid of you. But now we need to be on our guard, because these people that we crushed will come back, and we got to make sure they don't come back.
All right. Just so everybody knows at home, Dirk flew all the way here from Montana to rub my face in it.
Thanks for sending the private jet.
Oh, yes.
That was really...
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. I told him it was a private jet, and the 300 people that were with him in coach were all of his assistants.
I was not... My entourage.
Yes. All right, go for it.
I'm telling you, I've had my whole, you know, I lived and worked in Hollywood. I'm born and raised in Montana. They're antithetical environments. So I was usually always the only person of a certain mind frame in Hollywood.
Right.
I was always asked to leave the room.
Yeah.
So with the exception of Reagan, I've had to, but this country's been sliding off the left cliff my whole life. Yeah. Except for Reagan. My whole life. I tune on TV except when Fox came along. Sometimes it's okay. I listen, I go, what country are they talking about? Who are these? What is this? What is this? And this is the first time. That's why Trump is not a leader. Trump is when he said, I'll build a wall, I mean, that's not genius. That's something like, you got 55 million people are going, you know, why don't they just build a damn wall? Why don't they? It's not complicated. He didn't come out with the idea.
He was us.
He didn't come out with the idea of a wall, and then people said, oh, never thought of that, a wall. Gee, I'm voting for that guy. They said, finally, somebody. Yeah. And so that's all. It's just common sense. And we believe he's in big trouble if on January 20th they aren't laying brick. That's the only thing. He better, and don't listen to George Will and Fred What's-His-Face and Bill What's-His-Face. He better not waver. He better not. Yeah. He better. And I'm going back to Hollywood to resurrect my career now because.
Yeah, now can you imagine? Now you're going to be in big demand, Dirk. It'll be the 1885, the reckoning. It'll begin. And you know, Tyrus.
I got the
Tyrus,
hair.
you're Mr. T.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Hey,
man, I'm driving.
Can you imagine how great that would be?
Mr. T was the only conservative African American I ever met in Hollywood.
Really?
I've met others outside of Hollywood.
Yeah.
But.
All right, well, bro, I'm going to bring in Tyrus because Tyrus, you and I were in the same.
Sorry, you only met one African American? Hi.
No, I've met two. No.
Tyrus counts for 4.
Yes. And a little Scottish guy.
Yeah, a little Scottish guy. Everybody, all the pollsters were wrong. You and I would talk about this all the time, about what we liked about Trump, what we didn't like, and we didn't know where we were, but we both disliked Hillary. How do you feel now?
Well, you know what? Up until the hot wire, I was in with Trump. And then when those comments came out, because I was raised by a single mom, I had a hard time with that. And that, for me, was it. Like, I'm not voting for Trump. But wasn't going to vote for Hillary either.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think Trump got elected was because not so much of all the stuff that he said, even though everything he said, he played the villain. And let's face it, we love the villain. Everyone loves Darth Vader. We love the guy who tells it like it is and we don't want to hear it. Hillary played the worst villain because she was, even if you looked at the rallies, Trump's was stadiums. Hers are up close here. Yeah. And you see like the same 3 people behind her.
Yeah.
And as this thing went on and on, they were like, hey, no. And for me, the moment besides the WikiLeaks, besides the emails, the moment that the election was lost was when she showed up with Bruce Springsteen and the all-star cast, and they had this huge thing, and I'm looking at it going, you know what? That's the first time I've seen something like that. And you think we're dumb.
Yeah.
No one is supporting that. You brought in celebrities. They came to see the celebrities.
Yeah, exactly.
And this also proves, as I said before a million times on this show, don't listen to celebrities. They're good actors, but they're dumbass geniuses. So don't listen to celebrities.
Except for Dirk. All right, Kat.
I'm not a celebrity.
No, you're...
Why would I be here if I was...
Get him out of here. All right,
played, sir.
You're now on the C team.
Oh,
all right, Kat.
Been there.
Kat, you are our woman. And this was supposed to be the year of the woman, Kat. Explain what happened. Did more women vote for Hillary? Or more women vote for Donald? I can't remember.
Define woman.
It was 42% for Donald.
Yeah.
I think that part of the problem was that woman was Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I think that her campaign is a lot like the Titanic, and I don't mean women and children first. I mean that everyone said there's no way this is going to sink, there's no way it's going to sink, and they both sank.
Yeah.
And the arrogance of it's impossible. The Titanic didn't even bring enough lifeboats. Hillary Clinton clearly did not write a concession speech.
Yeah.
She just stopped campaigning after the tapes came out. She was like, all right, I'm done. She gave up, just like the Titanic said, oh, I know there's icebergs, but we could take it. We're the Titanic. And then you sink, and it's embarrassing. The only difference is that Hillary Clinton managed to do that twice.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Boy, what a legacy. Her favorite drink.
It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
No.
Bernie Sanders had more momentum than she did. The only thing that he didn't have was a super PAC and the promised deal to get her back.
Did you ever think if you have to play dirty to get your candidate through the primaries, maybe she's not the best choice for the generals? Maybe.
Yeah, right.
How about maybe if she can't climb stairs?
Oh, no,
listen, that's the most draining job on the planet. I thought about running, and I saw it was too tough.
Sometimes I take the elevator just because I think I deserve it.
No, please. This woman wouldn't
guy.
have survived 4 years in the Oval Office anyway. She's too sick.
All right, well.
Look at her.
Okay, then. That settles it. Dirk is actually a doctor now.
I am.
I don't know what kind of doctor. I know you tell
many
people
times.
you're a doctor just to get their clothes off, and that only worked in the Port Authority once, and I was drunk. All right, we got to go. We got to take a break. This is exciting stuff. An amazing, amazing week. I can't believe I predicted this. And I was there from the beginning. We got to go.